put your
put your qualifications in of a boyfriend qualification, which would mean you're living on purpose, you're kind. Well, actually, I did kind before, that didn't work. Hang on a minute. You're living on purpose, you're honest, and you're strong in what you're doing. You don't need to lean on a woman for your success. That's what we need. All right, let's do it. Action! Right?
yeah.
Here on island on local transport. These veggie patties smell amazing. Oh my God, they're so good. Okay, see ya. Is spectacular, and I'm calling it a brownie because I think it just kind of looks like one, and my son would say don't call it a brownie because it doesn't look like one, but we're going to call it a brownie. This is a exquisite little gem of a recipe that has a few little components to it, and one of them is the homemade Nutella, which is in another video. Click the link down in there. Go to that video. Don't forget to subscribe too, actually. You gotta remember to subscribe, everybody, because then it comes into your inbox every week. I do new videos every week. It's amazing. This brownie has, it's really fudgy actually, because I've been using sunflower butter, which takes it to the next level. And it's not something that I've used before, and it really suits this recipe. And the homemade Nutella, oh my God, as the really gorgeous frosting on top just brings the whole thing home to a lush moment. Oh, it's so good. All right, this brownie. The first thing you can do is make applesauce. Now the applesauce that me and 𝗠𝗏𝗡 make is very different to everybody else's applesauce out there because ours has a little bit of maple in it, and you don't have to do that. You can just use apples, whatever. Don't write in and go, actually use sugar in the apples. Don't do that. Just do what you want to do. So this is how we did it. We got some beautiful red, gorgeous, yummy apples, right? Which I wish I could juggle because I would totally be juggling these right now. And we peel them and slice them, and we put them in a pot and we add a little bit of maple syrup to them. That's really all you do. And you put a lid on and you cook it for about 30 minutes until it's completely tender. And this is what it looks like when it comes out. 1 kilo of red apples, peeled, sliced thinly, put into a pot, lid on, cooked for about 15 minutes, added the maple, cooked for another 15, 20 minutes, and this is what you get. Okay, that's really all you do. And this is the beauty of food, is you get to make things like this at home, and I love it. The next thing you're gonna do is pop it into a glass jar. Now remember this, please do not put a lid on when it's hot. Thanks, mate. Because what happens is, it is warm in here, you put a lid on, you put it in the fridge because you think you're doing the right thing. It creates moisture. The moisture creates bacteria and it goes off. So a classic thing in kitchens, the commercial kitchens, is we make things like this all the time. Sauces, purees, soups, stews, whatever we make, vegetables, stir fries, whatever we make. And whatever is left over, right, we put into containers and we leave it out until it's completely cooled down. And then we put a lid on and then we put it in the fridge. All right, we're gonna need half a cup of that glorious situation. Then it's gonna sit on my shelf the entire day until this completely cools down, where I can't feel any warmth at all, and then a lid will go on it. All right, so that's how you make the applesauce. Preheat your oven to 150. Make sure you have the middle shelf, yeah? Not the low shelf where the heat is, or if your heat is on the top, please have the middle, because it's just burns otherwise, and I've done that before. And all ovens aren't made equally too, so remember that as well. So preheat oven, tray, get your tray ready and get some baking paper ready. The size of my tray is actually important. This is the size I used, which I think is 20 centimeter. Actually, 𝗠𝗏𝗡, can you get me a ruler? Yep. And let's measure this. While she's doing that, let's preheat our oven. So it's 25 centimeters by 11 centimeters by 7 centimeters. And you're going to need baking paper as well in that. So that's the tin I used. I didn't want to use something like this because it's too thin and it's too big. I want it nice and kind of fudgy and snuck into that tin. There's a reason why I picked that, yeah? All right, set that aside. Now, this is the process. We're pretty much gonna shove everything into here. I love this, it's so easy. This is our egg mix, which is 1 tablespoon of flax seeds to 3 tablespoons of water. It becomes like egg, that kind of slippery texture. Goes straight into our food processor. Next is our medjool dates. Now medjool dates have a seed inside of them, so you just want to open it. Get that seed out. Half a teaspoon of vanilla extract. You're going to use half a cup of almond meal, 3/4 of a cup of cacao powder. You're going to use half a cup of coconut oil. You're going to use half a cup of a really interesting ingredient, which is sunflower butter. How you can make sunflower butter is by buying activated and dehydrated sunflower seeds and then blending it in your Vitamix, in your high-speed blender. You can use 2 teaspoons of baking powder, 3 tablespoons of coconut milk. Now I could use more, I'm just going to see what it looks like at the end. Does this feel easy so far? Are you feeling like you can do this at home? Does this feel like something that is like got your attention and like I can do this? Are you worried about anything? Are you thinking, where the hell do I get sunflowers, activated, dehydrated sunflower seeds, and how do I make it into a butter? Don't panic. Just start to think about it in a different way. It's like too hard to get sunflower seeds and make a butter. Is there such a thing as already made sunflower seed butter? Can I access that? Is it affordable to me? Well, maybe I'll just use peanut butter or almond butter. Just flow with that energy on that particular ingredient. The rest of the ingredients are a must. The milk you could change out to, say, a soy milk, a rice milk, a hemp milk, whatever you like, an almond milk, that's up to you. So what I'm after is a nice batter happening here. So I'm gonna process this. If it looks really dry and sticky, I'm gonna add a little bit more coconut milk. Let's have a look in here. That's looking really nice and buttery. It's not looking dry, it's nice and sticky and fudgy. That's what we want. This is a good time to taste it, just to see, okay, where you're at, what you're feeling. For me, it's like my homemade Nutella is so freaking sweet. It's gonna be the frosting on top. I'm trying not to ram too much sweetener in here. I need some salt. And that's why the apple sauce, right? And the dates is enough, because that Nutella is just going to be just like rockin' sweet. Just a little bit of salt to bring out flavour. Another little blend, process, not a blend. And that is it. Straight into your tin. And don't push it down. Give it a little bit of texture, you know, on top. Did you like that? Did you like how I did that? Getting all that batter off the other spatula, also out of that food processor as well, yeah. Oh my God, I'm gonna lick that. Love having all the tools on tap in your kitchen, right there, so you don't have to open a drawer. I really encourage you to take your cupboards off your kitchen wall and open everything up and have everything hung up everywhere. All right, I'm not gonna push down, I'm gonna make a situation, so have a look. That's it. To the oven it goes. $40, $50. We're going to cook this for 35 minutes or 40? 40 minutes, she says. I think we cooked it for 40 yesterday, didn't we? Yeah, okay, cool. This is really fudgy, so it's not your normal brownie. It's not like it's very different. It's very lush, especially with the Nutella on there. And after I bring it out of the oven, I'm not going to let it cool completely. I'm going to sit it there for a bit in the tin for about 20 minutes. Then I'm going to take it out of the tin. I'm going to put it just on its brown paper, and I'm just going to smear that homemade Nutella all over it. And I'm going to eat it when it's still just a little bit warm. And what's really great about this, when it's cooled down completely, put it in an airtight container, put it in the fridge, and it makes a wonderful little dessert. I've got people coming over tonight, so I'm going to pull it out when it's cold. But when it's hot, it's also really exquisite. So, and you can serve it with ice cream as well. But it's definitely gooey and buttery. Oh my God, I've got it all over here. It's not your normal brownie. Brownies are ready. The place is smelling really nice, actually. It's kind of comforting. It's raining outside. Nice hot cup of tea or coffee or whatever you're into, even a hot chocolate. And then this gorgeous situation here. Now, don't touch it. Leave it to just cool down. It's very freaking hot. You could put this in the middle of the table with a whole tub of ice cream and just that hazelnut, amazing homemade Nutella and have a situation. Or you could just let it cool down like I'm going to until I can take it out of there where it's cooled down, where it's still warm, okay, but it's not piping hot, and then I'm gonna ice it with our amazing homemade Nutella frosting. This is really cooled down, like really cool. Oh, I'm stoked. So it's still got that little bit of warmth that I spoke about before because I want that, but it's perfect. Oh yeah, that's perfect. All right, I'm just gonna slather this all over it.
Yep. Ooh, what's going on? Whoa.
Sweet, yeah?
Sweet from Nutella?
Yeah. Sweet from the Nutella. It's just perfect.
Oh. Yeah.
That is the best thing I've ever made.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Oh my God, that's good, yeah?